this last week, I had an opportunity. I've been contracted, my company has been contracted, which right now is me, to coach and train Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins high-level mastermind signature mastery students, right? So this week I was doing it and really getting into it. I'm sitting there, obviously because of COVID, they didn't fly me down to Arizona, but still I've got Dean on the screen. He's calling me out. He's asking me what students I've worked with that, he should highlight. We're talking, we're having a conversation. And, I was in his mastermind. I was in Tony Robbins' mastermind. That's how we got to know each other. I was invited to become a coach. I became a coach. I've contracted. I'm teaching them all of these amazing things. And all 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, as I'm sitting there, not only coaching amazing students, but surrounded by other amazing coaches, surrounded by or meeting with Dean and watching him and his life and shooting from one thing to the next, and Tony in the background of their studio as well. And all these things in the back of my mind, I just kept thinking, this is because of Trevor Mickelson. And that's not an exaggeration. This is because, the universe, God, whatever you believe, there's been major shifts in my life. And I'm a hard-headed guy. So those shifts usually have to come from like really awful events, usually. And I mean, going from being told I'd never work again, having to give up my law enforcement career, to building a business, to selling it, to starting another business, to failing because of the health of my daughter and not being able to focus on both things at once. But then that shift that came of like, what's your true calling out of that, and finding that. The thing is that second business was because Trevor pulled me in. It was financial services. And I didn't fail because I wasn't doing the right things. I failed because life happened, because my daughter got incredibly sick and we spent every penny from our previous business and every penny we were making on trying to figure it out. But all through that, what Trevor was working on with me was my mindset, was my spiritual center, was soul work, to really find and prepare me so that when the universe said, no, this is not your path, stop trying to do this, I was ready to say, okay, this is my path. And it was because of that work with Trevor. He was my mentor in financial services, but we rarely had conversations about that. Our conversations were always deeper and about ourselves and working on ourselves. And he'd always ask me, how's your meditation going? What are you doing? And it was always stuff about life and about my mind and about my personal things, not how's this client or what are you doing here? I mean, yeah, there were a few of those checkups, but yeah. And so here I am, 2 years, fast forward from that, 2 years is almost, 2 years, 3 years now. And here I am sitting with Dean Graziosi on the other end of my computer, talking to me like we've been friends since high school, amazing other trainers and people that I'm connecting with, amazing students who are now reaching out to me personally, outside of coaching for Dean, saying, hey, we want to learn more of what you do and your method. We like your voice. We love what you have to say. We love the way you have to say it. And in the back of my mind, I'm just going, and I'm sorry, I'm going to get tear. I'm going, this is because Trevor Mickelson took the time to reach out to me one day over Facebook, send me a message and say, hey, I see that you're doing this in your life. How you doing? It's been a while. And because of that, because of Trevor's reaching out, because of Trevor's mentorship, because of all of those things, now I get to mentor amazing people. Now I get to be a part of other people's lives that I never dreamed I'd be a part of. I mean, really in my mind, celebrity circle type people. And I'm working with them and they're listening to me. And it came because of Trevor. Trevor is still my mentor. I still reach out to him. Earlier, I reached out to him just because I'm like, man, I just need to hear your voice and be like, how's life? And we connected and it just feels good. And I love that fact. I love that Trevor, there's no pressure. There's no jealousy. When it was like, yeah, now I'm part of Dean's mastermind, there was no like, oh, well, it was like, good for you, man. Always encouragement, always happy, always pushing, always putting his arm around me, always patting me on the back and encouraging me, inviting me and enticing me to do better, to grow, dropping breadcrumbs for me to follow when I was ready for that next level, when I was ready for that deeper level. I can't think of a better mentor than Trevor Mickelson. I really can't. For somebody who is looking to grow their soul, for somebody who is looking to really be prepared for that next level in life, that next level. And I'm not talking business. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about here and here. That person that's looking for that next level, Trevor Mickelson is the person you want to talk to. And here's a really cool thing. If you get that next level and then you find another mentor, Trevor's still going to be there. And you know what's so beautiful about that? Because he is, and because there's no pressure and there's no jealousy, there's no ego. Because of that, you want to come back to him. Like I said, I just spent 3 amazing days. And the first thing I thought after today, after getting some work done today was, I got to connect with Trevor. I just got to call him. I just want to reach out and just be like, man. So I just sent him a text like, hey, you got a few minutes to chat? Boom, there's Trevor. And that's all it was about, was just, man, thank you. You're awesome. I had amazing time. I had these amazing days, and it was because of Trevor. It all started there. So if you're thinking about having Trevor be your mentor, if you're considering it, if you're wondering, seriously, it shouldn't even be a question. Trevor's a guy that's going to get you on the path to go where you need to go. When you get beyond what Trevor is doing, if you feel that you've gotten beyond that, Trevor's still going to be there, because guess what? You're never going to get beyond it. I mean, if there's a dude that could figure out how to bend the space-time continuum to get 26 hours out of a day, it's going to be Trevor Mickelson. But you're never going to get beyond it. And the beautiful thing is Trevor recognizes that, but he doesn't put pressure. He doesn't put pressure. He's just there. He just holds space so that when your heart needs him, so that when your heart wants to just jump out of your chest and tell him thank you, or I love you, or whatever it is, he's just there, and he's always there. So that's my endorsement of Trevor Mickelson. Look, guys, if he can take some poor slob of a cop and take him through life and move him to a level where now he's able to help other people and give back from what he's learned. I mean, I don't think you can think of a better path, a better endorsement, a better person to look at than me, to say, wow, if Trevor can mold this guy, Trevor can mold anybody. So seriously, guys, give Trevor your time, listen to what he has to say, feel his heart, because he really does. Everything he does comes from right here. It all comes from right here. And he doesn't suggest, he doesn't push, he doesn't do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable. And anything that he does mention is because he sees your need for that. He sees it coming up, and he leaves that breadcrumb so that when you're ready, you pick it up and you move to that next level. And then you go to that next breadcrumb, you pick it up, you move to that next level. I love Trevor. And that's really all I have to say. He's just the most amazing person ever. Give him your time, give him your attention, and I promise you, he's going to move the needle in your life. And it's the same reason, like, why I teach people productivity the way I do, is because it doesn't matter to me if I'm making $10 million a minute. If I don't have the time and the energy for my family, then none of that means anything. Well, now I'm realizing the people that I serve, they're my family too. And so I want to serve people. We can still maintain and sustain a very comfortable and happy lifestyle, have enough for our needs and our wants, and to spare to give back to charity and do the things we want to do by serving from our heart. And that means shifting who I'm going to serve. And again, that comes back to you, man. It comes back to your example of, who do I really want to serve and how do I want to serve? I don't want to serve for the money. I don't want to become a servant to the money. I want to serve people who need me, and I want to serve this group that's growing because of all of this crap that's going on, and people losing their jobs and recognizing the only way they can have stability is to take control of their own life. I want to serve them, and the money will come, because that's something that you've taught me. You serve from here and the money comes. The money's there. It comes, and that's something even Dean says, Dean Graziosi, my other mentor, and Tony Robbins say that, serve, do what you love, and the money will come. And I've learned that, and I just go, yeah, man, I'm shifting everything I'm doing. Again, why? Because of what Trevor taught me, because of what my soul father taught me, right? And the example that my soul father set for me to be that kind of a person, that kind of an entrepreneur, that kind of a servant to the public, versus always chasing the dollar and then being unhappy. Because that's what I tell people all the time, right? Be passionate about your business. We're going to get your passion back so you can be happy and still grow your business. And then I found myself going, I'm doing stuff that it's making money, but it's not making me happy. And time is not a renewable resource. Money is. You can always get another dollar somewhere. Even if you're flat broke and you go and you pawn your wedding ring, you can get money somewhere, but time's not renewable. And I don't want to spend my time with people I don't want to be with. I want to spend my time with people that I am inspired by and passionate about helping. And then the renewable resource, the money, it'll come. It'll flow in.
Thanks for watching this excerpt from the Self-Trust Basecamp Convos. Since you're here, chances are you've found the source of guidance and inspiration you were calling in. Remember, the path of self-trust is an ongoing adventure. That's why we're here as guides and honored you found us. If you've enjoyed today's spiritual exploration of self, remember to subscribe to our channel and click the link in the description to access your copy of How to Embody Self-Trust Fully, the Self-Trust Quick Start Guide, and Know Thyself, a $497 value, yours today at no charge. And if you appreciate the wisdom we've shared, please give this video a thumbs up by clicking the like button and comment below what you loved. Your resonance helps guide others to discover and attune to our mission of expanding self-trust embodiment and optimal timeline attunement to all reality transurfers. Yes, the hero's journey ends here, and we'll be waiting for you at the Self-Trust Basecamp. Right now is a great time to connect with fellow seekers, learn and share your insights in our Self-Trust Basecamp Convo community. Simply click the link in the description to get instant access and learn how to embody self-trust fully, the Self-Trust Quick Start Guide, and Know Thyself, a $497 value, yours today at no charge. After you obtain no-charge access to the Self-Trust Quick Start Guide, consider opting into the donation-based access, where you'll get to participate in live, virtual Basecamp Convos and learn to reprogram all of the fractures and programs you've been conditioned with by the Matrix, society and life. Yes, join other live men and women on a donation basis who've already said yes to joining the Self-Trust Academy. So click the link in the description below to end your hero's journey and join the conversation today. Timelines are updating fast. Your expansion moments are waiting. And here's your invitation. Together, we have materialized a supportive and nurturing environment for personal and spiritual expansion. We look forward to your arrival. Thank you again for joining us on this spiritual expedition in physical form. May your experience be illuminated, and may you always trust in the knowingness that is waiting within the space of your unknown, your subconscious, your optimal. Until our next soul-nourishing encounter, may you remember wholeness, joy, love, trust, ineffability and knowingness within yourself. And while you're here, check out these other videos to keep expanding. See you in the Self-Trust Basecamp.